The Black Mirror of the Cosmos. 5 terrifying sci-fi space stories that warn us what waits in the dark narrator. Calm, deep voice, barely above a whisper. Humanity has always stared into the night sky, believing the universe would welcome us. But darkness does not welcome. It observes. It erodes. It consumes. Tonight, we descend into 5 stories, fragment of fear, carved from a vast and indifferent void above us. 1. Event Horizon. A ship returned from the wrong universe. The story begins with a miracle gone wrong. In 2047, the spaceship Event Horizon mysteriously reappears after vanishing beyond Neptune 7 years earlier. A rescue crew boards a vessel expecting a malfunction, perhaps a dead crew. Instead, they find something far worse. The ship has brought something back. The walls bear the residues of unspeakable violence, blood patterns inconsistent with human behavior, and sound recordings filled with distorted screams and impossible frequencies.
Allows it to jump instantaneously from one point of the universe to another light years away.
Where's she been for the last 7 years, Doctor?
That's what we're here to find out.
Scientists in the film explain that the gravity drive may have opened a bridge to a dimension without physical or moral laws, where chaos is the only constant. Whatever lives there.
Any crew? Negative. This place is a tomb.
But it didn't come back alone.
This ship has been beyond the boundaries of our universe. Who knows where it's been?
Touched the ship, entered it, changed it. Why it's terrifying? Because the concept is mathematically possible. At the edge of a black hole, the laws of physics tear, and space itself becomes a weapon. Event Horizon shows what could happen if we finally go too far and tear a hole into a realm where humanity was never meant to exist.
Those my fears.
Vacate, I want off this ship.
I can't leave. She won't let you. God help us.
Two, Alien. Evolution's most perfect predator deep in space. The crew of the Nostromo intercepts a transmission from an uncharted moon. Inside an ancient derelict, they find eggs, and inside the eggs, an organism built for one purpose: survival through annihilation. The xenomorph is not supernatural. It is biology without mercy. A body that weaponizes its blood. A life cycle that hijacks another creature's body. A nervous system designed to hunt in perfect silence. It does not kill for pleasure. It kills because it is the most efficient way to continue its species. In exobiology, there is a theory known as the silicate predator hypothesis, the idea that extraterrestrial organisms may use materials far stronger than carbon to build their skeletons, making them nearly indestructible. Alien turns that concept into a nightmare with a heartbeat. Why it's terrifying? Because the alien is not a monster. It is a logical endpoint of evolution in a hostile universe. Three, the Cloverfield paradox. When physics breaks, reality bleeds to save a dying Earth. Scientists aboard a Cloverfield station attempt to ignite a revolutionary particle accelerator capable of providing infinite energy. Instead, the experiment tears a hole in space-time. Walls become permeable. Matter merges with matter. People vanish between frames of existence. The station finds itself in another universe, one where humans, physics, and even reality are built differently. This story leans heavily on real quantum theory, specifically decoherence failures, where multiple universes could theoretically overlap, producing paradoxes that the human brain cannot process. In the film, bodies appear where bodies should not be, fused with machinery, folded inside walls, or simply erased. Why it's terrifying, because it does not present monsters. It presents a universe collapsing into itself, and a reminder that physics, the one constant we take for granted, can become the enemy.
Our sun is dying. Mankind faces extinction. 16 months ago, I, Robert Capa, and a crew of 7 left Earth frozen in a solar winter. Our mission, reignite the sun.
For sunshine, the madness of the dying star Earth is freezing. The sun is fading. A spaceship called Icarus II carries a nuclear payload the size of Manhattan, humanity's final hope to restart the sun. But deep in space, isolation becomes a quiet predator. The crew discovers Icarus I, the first mission, abandoned. The surviving captain has been burned and reshaped by the sun's radiation, his mind shattered by exposure to brightness the human brain cannot comprehend. He believes the sun is a divine being. He believes humanity must die. He begins hunting the crew in the dark corridors between the stars. Why it's terrifying? Because everything in the film, solar radiation poisoning, sensory overload, claustrophobic psychosis, is grounded in real astrophysics and psychology. There is no monster here, only the raw, crushing power of a star and the madness that follows those who fly too close.
Can you describe its form?
No.
Start from the beginning.
5. Annihilation. The shimmer that rewrites life. A meteor strikes a lighthouse. Around the impact zone forms a shimmering sphere, a place where biology stops obeying rules. DNA blends. Plants grow in the shapes of human bodies. Alligators develop teeth like sharks. People dissolve into echoes of themselves, their identities unraveling sequence by sequence.
Your husband's here.
Let me see him.
He's extremely ill.
You have to tell me where he was, what he was doing.
It was his decision to go in. It's something they termed the shimmer.
Inside the shimmer, evolution is no longer selective. It is chaotic recombination, an uncontrolled remixing of every gene, protein, and cell. This story draws from real scientific phenomena. Chimerism, horizontal gene transfer, mutational overload, molecular mimicry, self-replicating structures. When the main character confronts the entity at the center of the shimmer, she faces something that is not hostile, not intelligent, but simply other. Why it's terrifying? Because it demolishes the idea of identity itself.
Sharks have teeth like that. It's not possible. You can't crossbreed different species. What is it?
The soldiers on the last expedition.
They went crazy, or something in here killed them. Something's come through the fence.
In the shimmer, you do not die. You transform into something unrecognizable.
I can't go back.
We can camp here tonight. It's destroying everything.
It's not just...
Final words. The universe has no intention of comforting us. Nobody fears the stars. Not really. We fear the silence between them. Each of these stories reminds us that the cosmos is not a canvas for human dreams. It is a place where physics tears, evolution warps, identity dissolves, isolation fractures a mind, And reality itself can become predatory in darkness. Human imagination becomes a warning system, an ancient instinct whispering, do not go too far. There are places we were not designed to see. Something waits. And if we ever cross those final cosmic thresholds, the universe will not open its arms. It will open its jaws.
Ha